Words Unspoken. It's your girl Alicia C. And we out here recording live. Yo, happy Tuesday, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're feeling terrific this Tuesday. The name of our episode today is The Destruction of Humanity. Dear community leaders and government officials, what are you doing to save humanity? I'm sure you can do more for our communities and fight a little harder to keep us all safe. Many of us are exhausted. We're sick of hearing about the countless stories of violence and speeches about what should and could be done, but we haven't seen anything done yet. You haven't shown us that you actually care. In fact, you're showing us the opposite. One might wonder if this is being done on purpose to pursue a much larger agenda. During the pandemic, the increase in gun violence and mental health illnesses has accelerated across the United States. Our children are dying. Our elders and women are dying. Innocent people are dying. Innocent people are being killed. So I ask you, what are you going to do to ensure the safety of your citizens? Let's start with the gun violence and how, despite the fact that carrying a gun is still illegal in many states, yet criminals, lost, broken kids, and unstable people all have guns in their possession. If it's illegal, then where the hell are all these guns coming from? And why are they being dispersed in certain communities? We don't have sensible gun laws. What are you doing to reduce the number of weapons that are easily accessible? The Stop, Question, and Frisk program, also known as Stop and Frisk, has gotten a lot of backlash in the past, with many people believing it was unconstitutional because it was used racially to profile and harass Black and Latino people. But on the other hand, it helped reduce the staggering crime rates. These rates continue to harm our communities. They felt it was unjustified and racist, and it violated the Fourth Amendment. I strongly believe that you should bring this program back. However, before doing so, some revivification is required. If we're talking about prevention and intervention, we must keep in mind that this program was designed as a crime prevention strategy. You need to train your officers properly. Criminals come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. You should not stop someone based on their race or your bias of that race, but rather on reasonable suspicion. Bring back plainclothes police officers. Police stations, fire stations, schools, social institutions in general should all have mental health workers, social workers, and crisis interventionists on staff. I don't see what the problem is. You guys have enough money? Look at the things that you're investing in, passing laws to put funding, taxpayer money towards. But look at the things that we need or lacking, and it's getting swept under the rug. I don't see what the problem is if we make it legal for Americans to obtain a permit to carry a firearm. At the very least, give each American the right to have at least one legal firearm. If they go through the proper steps to demonstrate they are sane, responsible, and credible enough to have the right to carry the firearm. Obviously, you should have a strict and plausible process in place to determine who should and shouldn't be carrying. But you need to allow Americans the right to defend themselves if you refuse to do so. So you expect law-abiding citizens to just walk around and go on with regular life, right? knowing the gun violence is out the roof. And you can't defend yourself because it's illegal. But then we're supposed to just be, all right with the idea of, okay, it's illegal, but there's these criminals that's just shooting up, running and shooting. You see videos, they not even looking at the target. They just running and pointing the gun behind them and just pa 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 pa. 11-month baby girl shot in her face. Of course, she wasn't the intended target. Shot in the cheek. People at work, Burger King, Wendy's, shot, robberies. She gave you the money. You still shot her. You have beef with someone. You drive past, you circle the area, you're shooting at cars, okay? You have beef with this guy. That's his car. But guess what? He's not in there. It's his girlfriend or his wife or his mother or his sister and his kid in the car. But you don't care. Pa, 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 pa. People are walking into bodegas, laundromats, schools. I mean, you name it. No place is safe. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. You have kids going to school. They're not in gangs. They're not gang affiliated. They're not problem youth. But somehow they stumbled upon a firearm. They take it to school or wherever they go because in order for them to protect themselves and feel safe, and they're protecting themselves from other youth, teenagers that around them or go to school with them who are causing problems and killing and shooting. And they don't normally do it, but they're bringing it to protect themselves. Why is this happening? Kids don't even feel safe going to school no more. School? We all know that school is a second home for many kids. We need to ensure that that place is safe. It needs to be a place for them to learn and heal and feel safe. Allow Americans the right to defend themselves. If you refuse to do so, consider how many criminals you'd stop and how many illegal firearms you'd confiscate if you brought back stop and frisk. But it shouldn't end there. No. They should do at least 2 to 5 years for having the illegal firearm in their possession. See, you guys are not making people accountable for the shit that they do either. That's a whole nother problem here. Criminals get caught. We later find out that's not the first time they've been caught. They have a rap sheet. Do I believe that people can change? Yes, some, few. Most don't. Most don't. Now, if you just slap them on the wrist and just push them back out, oh, you just get parole, you just get this. They like, oh, word, that's it? All right, I know how to finesse the system, and they keep doing it. People need to feel the burn. You need to feel the consequence behind your actions. You need to feel. You need to be held accountable. Don't use mental illnesses as an excuse either. Many people suffer from mental health issues. There are many that are in desperate need of assistance, and they should be helped. And mental health services should be more accessible and enforced. Now, if they are suffering from a mental health illness and they commit a crime, they should be penalized. That's not a get out of jail free card. No, you should be penalized for what you did, whether you mentally ill or not. Stop asking these people if they want help. You give them you want help? Of course they're going to say no. No, you got to take them there. They shouldn't be given a choice. Not for that. And if they refuse, keep their asses in jail or locked up or somewhere. If you release them back onto the streets, there's a chance it'll happen again and again and again and again, and then it's just a slap on the wrist. Oh, I got mental health. Oh, let me shout loud and open my eyes wider to look crazy. Come on. Stop asking these people if they want help. Do you want to go here? No. Take them there. Keep them there. And if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, you know what I mean? Keep them in jail. Keep them institutionalized or something. Don't put them back on the street. Seriously. Because this is going to continue to happen. The damaging and crumbling cycle continues from there. Is this what you want? Maybe. But we don't want it. Look, there's not much left. You call this small fragment of humanity that remains living? Yeah, I'll wait. Buju Benson said it best. Murderer, blood is on your shoulders. Government officials and community leaders, do something. Do something now. Because it is the blood of the American people on your shoulders. Me say murder, your insides must be hollow.